Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel, I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to role-playing. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Sarson Zero, and today I'm joined by Fear No Equal, BlindOracle, LongFish, and AzureWolf. Together, we'll run through typical battles that adventurers might see playing Dungeons & Dragons. Whether you're a new player trying to gain experience and level up your game, a seasoned fighter looking to learn some new tricks and maintain your edge, or a Dungeon Master who wants to get the most challenge out of your monsters, join us as we slice and dice our way through monsters and mayhem, and evaluate the tactics that decide who makes it onto the boss fight and who's going to be reaching for a fresh character sheet. In this series, the players are controlling characters straight out of the starter set.
I'm AzureWolf, and I'm playing the Wizard.
I'm BlindOracle, and I'm playing the Rogue.
I'm Fear No Equal, and I'm playing the Fighter.
I'm LongFish, I'm playing the Cleric.
At level 11, our daring adventurers are fighting against Djinns throughout the elemental planes. They'll have to face 6 encounters, all based on this theme, before they get a long rest and level up to level 12. This is the 11th dungeon in the starter set series, so if you missed the start, you can find a link to it in the description below. Let's review what the players have at the start of the dungeon.
I am level 11, I have Light, Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, Thaumaturgy, Resistance, Bless, Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, Inflict Wounds, Lesser Restoration, Spiritual Weapon, Warding Bond, Hold Person, Aid, Prayer of Healing, Beacon of Hope, Revivify, Spirit Guardians, Mass Healing Word, Dispel Magic, Animate Dead, Death Ward, Guardians Phase, Banishment, Freedom of Movement, Mass Cure Wounds, Raise Dead, Flame Strike, Dispel Evil and Good, and for level 6 I have Hero's Feast.
I'm playing a level 11 champion fighter. Principally, I use a Great Axe +1, but I also carry a maul and a pike and javelins for ranged attacks. I have 3 attacks, and I crit on 19s and 20s. I also reroll 1s and 2s on two-handed weapons, which is most of them. Second Wind, Action Surge, and Indomitable. I also throw around a Ring of Jumping, some potions of strength, and potions of healing.
I'm BlindOracle. I'm playing a level 11 Rogue. Key things to note: +1 shortbow. Sneak attack is 66 sneak dice at this point, and Uncanny Dodge is a reaction to allow me to half incoming damage. I have evasion, so I take half damage on a failed save for dexterity and no damage on a successful dexterity save. And I've just acquired reliable talent with acrobatics, deception, investigation, performance, sleight of hand, and stealth. This means that if I ever roll less than a 10 on one of those skill checks, I treat it as a 10 instead.
I'm AzureWolf. I'm playing the Wizard. We're using Chain Lightning now. That's our new fancy little spell. Some Hypnotic Pattern. I'm carrying the Wand of Magic Missiles, the Wind Fan, Brooch of Shielding, Wand of the War Mage.
All the encounters use monsters straight out of the monster manual with no modifications or adjustments. Encounters based on challenge ratings from that book. I'll control the monsters and do my best to put as many adventurers into the ground as possible. As we go, we'll talk about the choices we made, why they fit the characters that the players are using, and what mistakes we made along the way. Grab your dice, draw your sword, and let's jump into combat. The adventurers are traveling through the elemental planes, that is, the elemental planes of earth, air, water, and fire. They have to slay 4 Djinns and their servants so that they can prevent them from causing mayhem on the outer planes around that. Is anybody pre-casting any spells at the start of the dungeon?
I will precast Hero's Feast.
And is everybody coughing up 250 gold for their portion of it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all disease and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum also increased by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. This benefit lasts for 24 hours.
Go ahead and roll that 2d10.
10 points.
Are you pre-casting any other spells at the beginning of the dungeon?
Yeah, I'll cast 8 as well.
And what level are you casting 8 at?
Level 4?
So everybody's going to pick up an additional 15 maximum hit points and additional 15 total hit points. That'll bring your total number of additional to 25. Anybody else pre-casting any spells?
I'm precasting Mage Armor.
Precasting punch things.
What are you punching?
Boards, doors, teammates, whatever it takes.
God.
So with that in mind, we're going to do hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand, starting with the cleric.
I have the +1 shield and the Staff of Python in my hand. I'm currently at 116 hit points, and I have 4 first level, 3 second level, 3 third level, 2 fourth level, and 2 fifth level spell slots remaining.
I have 128 hit points. I currently have Second Wind, Action Surge, and Indomitable, all available to me. In hand, I've got a +1 Great Axe, and I'm also carrying a Ring of Jumping and a Circlet of Blasting.
I am carrying a short bow in hand and have no buttons or abilities to speak of. and 105 hit points.
I have 3 first level slots remaining, 3 second, 3 third, 3 fourth, 2 fifth, 1 sixth. In my hand is the Wand of the War Mage, and my book. My Arcane Recovery is still up, and I have 93 hit points. Couldn't break 100.
Monsters, abilities, items, and numbers. Initially, he said forebodingly, there is a single monster. That monster is a Dao. A Dao is a Earth Elemental Djinn. The Dao are fairly tough. They have a high armor class of 18. They're immune to petrification. They can glide through earth, burrowing through non-magical unworked stone, and do not disturb the material when they do so. This will be important later. They can spellcast a variety of spells. They have advantage on strength and dexterity saves against prone. They have multi-attack with a fist or a maul. The maul does a knockdown attack if it hits somebody. So that's what the Dao does for now. Probably going to get interesting later with some of their spellcasting abilities. After that, we're going to go to terrain. Terrain is fairly simple. There's a lot of impassable terrain. So the black areas is impassable terrain. It's enclosed, so you can't actually go through that. Take a look on the left side. There's some terrain that you can climb up on top of. The yellow areas are difficult terrain. It's climbing, so it'll just slow you down as you climb up it, unless you have your person who climbs at full speed, in which case you don't have to worry about that. Tactics. What do you guys think for tactics in this fight?
All right, so normally the plan would be to bait this guy out and just wallop him once he comes out into the open. I feel like that's maybe not going to be our best move here.
We can't box him in.
I kind of want us to be able to stay a little spread out, but I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the he said forebodingly. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to have to deal with stuff popping up on our back line at some point.
Yeah, well, that swimming through the earth thing kind of alerts me a little bit.
Yeah.
Try not to stay too close together, but don't be too far apart where you can't get to each other if you need to be, I guess. Since we're going to probably have a lot of casters. How do you want to do counterspell? Do you want to say the spell, I'm countering, or...
That's a great question. Let's do this. When you cast a counterspell, you have to announce this level at which you're countering. And if you don't, it's assumed to be 3.
Roger that.
If that's all we have for tactics, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy. This is true to form.
Anybody get higher than a 20? Anybody have between a 20 and a 15? 17 on the Dao.
Champion has a 15.
Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
13 for the rogue.
Cleric has a 12.
8 on the wizard, 3 on the owl.
We're going to start off with something a little bit cheeky. The Dao is going to start her turn by burrowing 30 feet into the ground and then cast a spell, Conjure Elemental, that takes 1 minute to cast. So, with that in mind, Fighter, it is now your turn.
Move me a full distance, a dash in towards where the room where the Dao was.
After that, we go to the Rogue.
I would like to move on the diagonal to behind the rock and then hide. I can't fail this. It's a 30, just for posterity's sake.
After that, we go to the Cleric.
Move me south 5. Dash me 5 more to the east. That's it.
Wizard and Owl.
Move me through the diagonal over 1 past the rogue there. And the dodge. And the owl's going to come right above me and just fly up.
Now we're going to go back to the Dao. The Dao is going to continue to cast a spell. It thinks it's invulnerable for the next 9 rounds. I don't see any way of you guys getting to it, but I could be completely wrong. So I'm going to say you guys have 9 rounds before it finishes casting its spell. Fighter, what do you want to do for 9 rounds?
I want to move into the room where it disappeared, and then I'll just dodge and get prepared, assuming you guys are going to follow.
BlindOracle, what do you want?
I'm going to follow the fighter's lead. Let's move in there, try and find a rock to hide behind, and we will assume that I take the 10. So it's a 23. And then ready to action to shoot if an adversary comes within line of sight.
LongFish, what do you got?
Move me to the cave's south entrance, and I will ready a Sacred Flame if any enemy pops up.
Then AzureWolf.
Yes, let's move west of the cleric to the west and call dodge.
And what's the Owl going to do?
He's actually going to be in the room, but just hovering up high and getting ready to swoop whenever his turn comes back around.
Can you move me 1 space to the east? If something attacks me, I want it to be in the rogue's line of sight.
So the Dao's turn comes up. The Dao finishes casting its spell. The spell it's casting is Conjure Elemental, and it conjures an Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental is going to get a 2 as his initiative. Adversary has appeared in front of you.
We will take the shot. We will pop out from stealth to do this. Does a 25 hit?
Connects.
Is there any reason I wouldn't get my sneak dice?
You have advantage. It doesn't have disadvantage. It looks good to me.
34 damage.
Cleric, I believe you also had a ready action.
Yes, Dex 17 save.
Fails.
16 points of damage.
That is a very unhappy Earth Elemental. And the Dao is going to move, burrowing through the ground at a speed of 30. That was the Dao's turn. And after that, we're going to go to the fighter.
All right, let's open up with an attack on the Earth Elemental. Attack number 1, 24 to hit for 16 damage. Attack 2, 15 to hit,
Miss.
and attack 3. 28 to hit for 13 damage. And that'll be it for us.
After the fighter, we go to the rogue.
Bonus action sneak to hide from the earth elemental. A question, does this matter or can I just take the 10?
I'll let you know if you encounter a creature that has more than 23 passive perception.
You never know. Short bow shot, 21 to hit
21 hits.
for 35 points of damage. That's my turn.
After that, we go to the cleric.
Sacred Flame the elemental again. Dex 17 save.
He fails.
15 damage this time. Pass turn.
And after the cleric, we go to the wizard.
Let's firebolt. The roll is an 11.
Miss.
In turn.
Ow.
Let's give the fighter advantage.
And then back into the corner. Earth Elemental actually survived. I did not think he was going to be able to do that. So we're going to burrow and rotate around the fighter to go after the rogue.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
He's never leaving within 5 feet of you, so no.
How is he finding me is my question.
You're not actually hidden right now.
No, I attacked and then hid.
No, you bonus action attacked first. Because you had been in hiding in the readied action, you took your shot, bonus actioned on your turn.
So let's do this. He's aware that the arrow came from that direction. He would need to be able to fully see you so that you don't have any manner of concealment in order to find you.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we're going to go back. We'll take the attack of opportunity to move all the way to there. So go ahead and fight her and don't crit me.
Rolling with advantage. That's a 27 to hit for 18 damage.
It's 17 hit points. Alright, well, maybe that wasn't worth it. Maybe it was. That was my Earth Elemental. After the Earth Elemental, we go to the Dao. Dao is going to burrow to here, pop up out of the sand, attack the wizard. I've got a maul, so we're going to attack you with that. That'll be a 20 to hit you.
Okay, that's gonna hurt.
That's pretty good. 22 points of bludgeoning damage. You concentrating on anything?
No.
Go ahead and make a DC 18 strength check versus prone.
Oh, I'm totally gonna nail this. Oh, came close. 16.
And then the second attack has advantage because you're prone. 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
Take 19. It'll provoke an opportunity attack. You have disadvantage. It's going to burrow into the earth over there. After that, we're going to go to the Fear No Equal.
Move me 2 spaces to the southwest, and I'm going to ready an attack with my great axe to hit anything within reach of me. And you guys should get over to me.
BlindOracle.
Let's go to the opposite side of the rock and hide there, and I will take the 23. As a bonus action, and as a readied action, we will take a shot at the Dao if it pops out.
After the BlindOracle is the LongFish.
Move me parallel to the fighter. Ready a Sacred Flame if the Dao pops up.
After the LongFish is the AzureWolf.
Dan. And then let's move to the east and dodge.
After that, we go to the Owl.
Same thing, he's gonna come over here and just kind of hang up in the air somewhere and dodge.
After that, we're going to go back to the Dao and go after that wizard again. So that'll pop out of cover. Thief, please take a shot.
26 to hit
Hits.
for 30 damage.
Cleric, tell me about it.
Dex 17 save.
Fails.
11 damage.
And then we're going to take the swing at the wizard. Wizard is dodging, so I'm going to take disadvantage. Lower is a 19.
I will pop shield there.
I'm going to do my second attack on the cleric because now it's the same AC. That's going to get a 15.
No one miss.
I can actually do this. I'll just leave. That was my action. After that, we're going to go to the fear.
Move to the south of the wizard, and once again, ready melee action to attack.
BlindOracle.
Move 1 dot east, 1 dot north, and hide there. Readied action to take a shot at the Dao if it becomes visible.
Sounds good. LongFish.
I'll stay where I am. Sacred Flame if the Dao pops up.
And then after that, we go to the AzureWolf.
Kind of want to keep dodging because I think that's the smarter play here. Yeah, let's dodge.
Then after that, we go to the Owl.
Same thing, dodge.
Dao is going to burrow to there. Take a hit from the rogue.
Sure. 21 to hit
That'll connect.
for 29 points of damage. Is the Dao squeezing to pop up there?
It is not. That is difficult terrain in that spot, but it burrows, so it doesn't matter for it. Now the cleric.
Dex 17 save.
Fail.
10 damage.
Then we're going to take our swings. Here's the first one at the wizard. Disadvantage for the dodge, 18.
Shield.
Pop another shield, sounds good. And then we're going to follow up on the cleric. 19 to hit your cleric.
AC 20. No miss.
And then we're going to burrow. Oh, we only have 5 feet of movement left. Okay, we're not going to go anywhere then, because halfway into a wall doesn't help us. And then we're going to go to the fear.
Time to murder him. Move me 1 space northwest, please. And attack number 1 is an 18 to hit
Hits.
for 10 damage. Attack number 2, a 25 to hit
Hits.
for 17 damage. Attack 3 is a 26 to hit for 11 damage. And that'll be it for me.
The fear is the BlindOracle.
Let's go ahead and take the shot first. 28 to hit
Hits.
for 29 points of damage. Hilariously consistent. And then I think I would like to take the diagonal to the southeast and then the hide bonus action there.
After the BlindOracle, we go to the LongFish.
Sacred Flame again. Dex 17.
I get a 20.
Pass turn.
After that, we go to the AzureWolf.
Let's burn 2 charges to hit for magic missile. So we are looking at 3 plus the modifier.
2 on the die, plus 1 for magic missile, plus 5 for int is 8. Times 4 shots is 32.
Yeah, no, that's it for me.
Alright, and then we're going to go to the owl.
Let's get advantage on the fighter. I don't think it's going to be there, but let's do it.
And then fly away, bother the rogue. And then after the owl, we go back to the Dow. Oh boy. Dow is going to cast invisibility on itself, and then it's going to move. And then after that, we're going to go to the fear.
I'm going to reposition south of the wizard and ready myself to attack the Dow when it appears.
Okay, BlindOracle.
Let's hop to the other side of the rock, hide, and ready in action to shoot if the Dow appears.
That's the BlindOracle. LongFish.
Ready a Sacred Flame if the Dow pops up.
AzureWolf.
Continue to be bait with dodge.
The owl.
He's just going to keep him there and dodge with him.
Dow is going to charge back in because it's trying to kill you. It will attack first and then it'll reappear. Advantage and disadvantage cancel out. I should have gone up to the cleric. 12 to hit you.
Negative.
Then that'll make it reappear, so rogue, do your thing.
Yep. 19 to hit.
19 connects.
33 points of damage.
It drops. And that's the encounter. Report hit points.
128 of 128.
105 of 105.
116 of 116.
52 of 93.
Any end of encounter actions.
Collect arrows.
The adventurers have defeated one of the 4 djinns that they need to kill to pacify the elemental planes and prevent the strikes from incurring back into the material realm. 1 encounter down, 5 more to go before the long rest. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you'll join us next week as the adventure continues. I'm Saracen Zero, and I will see you next time.